Flights resuming at New York's LaGuardia Airport after a deadly runway collision between an Air Canada jet and a fire truck left 2 pilots dead and dozens injured.
Fox News senior correspondent is live at LaGuardia with more for us. Eric?
Hi, Jackie, and hi, Brian. Yes, as you said, this accident just seems so avoidable. But tonight, 2 of those young pilots from that plane have been killed. And as you said, many of those passengers sent to the hospital. The flight was Air Canada flight 8646. It was arriving from Montreal, operated by Jazz Airlines, when it just touched down on runway 4 at 11:45 last night. But a ground controller gave a Port Authority fire truck permission to cross that active runway. We want to warn you, the following video showing the impact is disturbing. A security camera caught the very moment the regional CRJ jet slammed into the truck, killing the pilots and sending at least 41 of the 72 passengers to the hospital. The ATC recording showed the controller gave the truck permission to cross the runway and then ordered it to stop, but sadly, it was too late.
Truck 1 and Company, LaGuardia Tower.
Truck 1 and Company.
Truck 1 and Company, LaGuardia Tower, requesting to cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, 4 at Delta.
Frontier 4195 to stop there, please. Stop. I messed up. No, man, you did the best you could.
The Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy was here today at the airport. He said that the LaGuardia Tower is very well staffed, but he would not say how many controllers were actually on duty last night at the time of the crash.
It's incredibly sad. It's troubling. And I just want to let America know that we are working our hearts out to make sure that when people travel, whether by rail or car or by air, that they travel safely.
The National Transportation Safety Board now investigating, of course, along with Canadian authorities working together. And by the way, the daughter of the flight attendant on the plane says that her mother was ejected from the fuselage at the time of impact. She was still strapped in her seat. She was found 300 feet away from the airplane. And as you know, Brian and Jackie, if you've been on the regional jets, the flight attendant sits right behind the cockpit facing down toward the passengers. Her daughter says it is just a miracle that her mother survived.
Wow.
Back
to
you.
Eric, Sean, thank you very much for that report. Well, this tragedy coming on the heels of TSA chaos, and Elon Musk wants to be a savior.
He's offering to, quote, pay the salaries of TSA personnel during this funding impasse that is negatively affecting the lives of so many Americans at airports throughout the country. And President Trump is all on board.
Yeah, I'd love it. I think it's great. Let him do that. And I want to thank ICE because they stepped in so strongly. They'll do great. And if that's not enough, I'll bring in the National Guard. We're not going to have the Democrats destroy our country.
Joining us now, Senate Homeland Security Committee member Ashley Moody. Senator, it's really nice to see you tonight. All right, so Elon Musk makes this offer. I don't know how a guy can even do that. Incredibly generous. You've got the move by President Trump to bring in ICE. I think that was a brilliant move in many ways. He's also talking about the National Guard. All things that can help with the DHS situation, but they're not really long-term solutions, Senator. And I don't know, are you any closer to the long-term solution of funding TSA so they can do their job properly?
Well, let me first just say I agree with you. This was a very generous offer by Elon Musk. But I think it's more than that. It's patriotic. He wants this country, its infrastructure, its personnel that are moving people to be funded and keep moving. And he wants this country to be successful. And it does not surprise me that he would make that offer. We saw something similar in the first shutdown. Now, remember, this is the third time the Democrats have done this and shut down the government, the third time this year. And we had someone step up to pay the military members who were going to have to go without paychecks. So generous, so patriotic. But I, like you, understand that this cannot keep happening. It is not only the day-to-day ability to show up for work and know that you can support your family. You know, many of these employees at airports and some of our other staff and Border Patrol and others, they have to take second jobs. Sometimes they have to call in sick to provide for their families. And it's not just about this particular shutdown. When it happens over and over, that is not only demoralizing, that is no way to plan a stable financial situation for your family. So we owe it to these people to make sure that we provide them with a steady income, a steady paycheck. If they sign up for these important jobs, and you see how important some of these airport jobs and public safety jobs, you see how important they are to this country. We need to show up for them and pay them. And I, for one, have just been incredibly disheartened, disappointed, shocked that the Democrats keep putting politics over the American people.
Yeah, they're playing hardball with money on other issues too, namely $200 billion in funding for Operation Epic Fury to take it into what is predicted to be the end zone. Scott Bessent was on Meet the Press Sunday. This is the line of questioning. Please listen.
Would the administration ever raise taxes in order to fund this war?
Again, Kristen, the terrible framing. We have $1 trillion in this year's budget for the military, and President Trump, even before the conflict started, had said that he would like to further build out the military.
So just is raising taxes under consideration at all? If you're saying you have plenty of money.
Not at all.
Okay, so you see this, Senator?
Yeah.
Obviously, the funding is there, and they're going down this let's raise taxes path, or is that what you're going to do to the American people? It is wild.
Yeah, first of all, the incredible increase in spending under the last administration for like waste. I mean, you see the fraud, the pushing out of the grant money that ended up in the hands of bad actors and just scammers, the waste that went to these woke programs. We've had to go back and actually rescind it for, I think that was the first time in decades we had rescinded money that had been appropriated under the Biden administration. And now, when our safety and our security and our men and women in uniform and our allies is being threatened and they want to help them, they go straight to, are you going to raise taxes? Are you kidding me?
Well said.
Priorities.
Senator Ashley Moody, thanks very much.